Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1627. Happy Tuesday. It is Singles Day, at least on eBay Live. Tonight, Singles Day. It's 11/11. Make a wish. 11/11, November 11th. I've got some fire coming to eBay Live. We're going to talk about that. It's going to be a fun week. I've got some bangers tonight. I've got the 70-71 Tall Boy set break tomorrow night on Collector's Corner. It's going to be a good week. I did a little pop-up stream yesterday that actually did a lot better than I expected. So that's always fun. And when better than expected, I sold some stuff for $1 and $2 and $3. That was about it. But so yeah, good stuff. Did some shipping yesterday. And then I got fairly caught up on shipping. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take an hour to 90 minutes. And I'm going to toss a little quick stream. I think I did 125 auctions yesterday afternoon, and did the typical daytime stuff. Yeah, it's a lesser crowd, a lot of bargain shoppers during the day. So I decided, we're just going to run some random stuff, and stuff goes for $1 to $2, $3. So you get some cheap deals. And I did well. I did a little better than expected, and that's always the key. And we were able to see less than an hour and a half, and get rid of some junk, basically. What else? And then I don't know if I talked about this. Did I talk about I Know What You Did Last Summer? I don't think I did. I don't think I touched on this yesterday. By the way, StreamYard has a new you can watch in vertical or landscape now. And I think it shows me how people are watching, whether it's on like their phone or desktop. I can see me in both vertical and horizontal. I'm going to go back to one screen. So that's interesting. I've got a couple new people in chat. Shaka's Closet. What's up? Costa Bud. What's going on? Good morning. 35 watching right now, which is a lot more than usual. I don't know why that is. Maybe because it's eBay Live. I don't know. So last night, or not last night. So I watched we had TVs in the flight home. Normally, there are not too many TVs now in planes. They like took them away. They took away our technology in airplanes. But they had TVs. So that's always good because I didn't bring headphones. So I had downloaded a couple things to watch on the flight, and it's only a 2-hour flight. So it's not like I'll just read a book. But on the flight home, it's like, hey, TV, I'll watch even, damn it, I didn't bring my headphones, but at least I can watch something. So, and then they handed out I forgot they hand out the complimentary headphones. So I grabbed some headphones, and I'm like, we got a little, once we got up in the air, it's like, I'm tired of watching and it was an early flight. So it was like total, it wasn't even like live football. It was pre-game. So pre-game. So I went through the new movies. It's like, I want to see what movies they have, because a lot of times the planes have movies that aren't on streaming platforms yet. So they had the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that yet. So I popped that on, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch the whole thing because short flight. But it was like really good. I'm like, dang it. Now I want to watch I want to see how it ends. Like I got to a point where it's like, actually, no, it was kind of a twist at the end. It was a twist, and I didn't see it coming. I speculated what, so it was quite the web. The first person I suspected was not in on it, but kind of like it didn't have anything to do with the murders, but he definitely was a part of it in a capacity. I'm trying not to do spoilers. And he was only in one quick glimpse. I'm like, he's in on it. He's totally in on it. But he wasn't. He ended up getting murdered. But he kind of had something to do with it, which we found out later. And then I suspected one, and then all of a sudden, as it kind of the movie carried out, I'm like, no, that can't be. I'm like, wait, but it actually makes a lot of sense. So I was kind of onto one of murderers, but then the other person that was in on it totally shocked me. So if you haven't seen it, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Jennifer Love Hewitt's back. Freddie Prinze Jr. is back. That's what Freddie Prinze Jr. Yeah, I think that's who that was. I think Sarah Michelle Gellar made like a cameo, kind of like a dream sequence, because she was killed in one of the last movies. But anyway, good movie. I enjoyed it. It actually kept my attention throughout the whole movie. Oh, so I didn't get to see it on the plane. So it is streaming. By the way, it's on Netflix. So Sunday, I just decided to veg, and I went on eBay Live late Sunday night. So I'm like, I'm just going to go to, after dinner, I'm going to go down and watch the rest of this movie since it's on Netflix now, and finish it up. I'm like, damn, that was actually really, really good. Now we're fully into Christmas, the Christmas season. We're in the middle of November already, 11/11. We got some snow. Fortunately, I'm not by the lake because they got like a foot of snow. We did get a dusting, which was more than I expected. Like, we've got snow. Like, one of the neighbors was shoveling. No reason to shovel because it's going to just melt away. I hope melt away. But it's just a dusting. It's not even, it's a dusting. Enough to cover the sidewalk just a little bit, which was more than I expected. But it's cold. It's cold. We got snow on the ground. So now I can watch Christmas movies. So I did watch a little bit of Christmas Vacation last night. So got that. I did list some of the items that will be up for grabs tonight. It's Singles Day on eBay Live, 11/11. And Armando, what's up? He says, shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up, Armando. Get the fuck out of here. So I've got some good stuff coming up tonight. We're going to start the stream 7 o'clock. They are marketing Singles Night, which is good. There's a carousel. I'm not on the carousel, so hopefully I can get in the carousel at some point today. I had to make some changes to my listing, but I got that all fixed up, changed the time, and I forgot my time was off because I was setting my streams up when I was in New York. So I was in Eastern time zone, and so my times are screwed up. So I listed, so these are the highlights to what I'm going to be listing tonight on eBay Live. Anthony Rizzo, Diamond Icon, Silver Ink Auto, 1 of 10. I got a Joe Montana rookie card, straight from David Adams, New York City. Same with the Pete Alonso, New York. Gold refractor autograph of 50, Polar Bear. From Rabbit Hole Auctions, the Mickey Mantle 1961 Topps MVP in a PSA 3. This came in the mail yesterday. Took forever. I think it was actually on the seller took forever to ship. Mosaic rookie in a PSA 8. I got this at David Adams. Caleb Williams rookie green ice prism, Gem Mint 10. And the biggest banger, the Clayton Kershaw Auto 2006 Bowman Sterling autograph. So some good stuff today, tonight on eBay Live. I'll be running some other stuff. I made a trip to Walmart. I had to get more packing tape. Is that what? Yeah, packing tape, I guess. I had to get some packing tape. And I checked the card section, and they had like the same old suspects. They had like the Donruss Elite Mega Box. They had like the Christmas boxes for Topps Baseball. I didn't want any of that. But they had some Topps Basketball. I'm like, you know what? I'll buy a hanger just to see. And then there was a box. There was a Lonely Blaster box in the back. That was just, it looked like it was hidden. And so I'm like, what's this? And it was Mosaic, which that's kind of what I've been looking for. So I snagged that. I snagged the Topps Hanger Banger, and neither were bangers. Now, the basketball box was pretty decent. There's some stuff that will sell on live for a few bucks. Mosaic, I don't think I pulled much out of there, but it is still fairly new. So if I get a good crowd tonight, I might be able to move some of those singles for a good amount. So we'll see. I should have ran. Did I have? Yeah, I have a bunch of Mosaic comments I should have ran yesterday afternoon, because sometimes those tend to fly in the daytime streams. So that was my day. Let's go to the chat. Except for Armando. We don't like Armando. Shaka's Closet, what's going on? eBay singles for the win? Hell yeah. We got singles night on eBay Live tonight, 7 o'clock Central on my channel. Link in the description. Mark, what's going on? Good morning. Tracy is here. Good morning. SoCal Guy, what's happening? Good morning. Red Lights in the house. Good morning from the Crane. Heck yeah. Costa Bud, what up? Gem City's in the house. Good morning. 608 is here. Good morning. Peter's here. Good morning. What's up? KHN, good morning. Armando, what's happening? Red Light says, F-bomb. Goodness, says Tracy. Costa Bud says, what about No Country for Old Men? Cooter says, good morning. Today is Veterans Day. Thank you to those in the chat who served. Do we have any veterans in the chat? Leo Chang says, singles ready to mingle, LOL. Merle says, thank you to all the veterans out there. Merle says, I have the day off and should be productive around the home office today. Yeah, so by the way, no mail today. I am still going to be shipping today. I just won't be going to the post office. Gem City says, happy Veterans Day to all those who served and continue to serve. Florida Baseball Card Dude, good morning. So that's about all I had for today. I just wanted to come on and talk about tonight's stream. I'm going to get rolling at 7 p.m. Tomorrow night is Collector's Corner. I'm going to break the entire set of 1970 Topps basketball, the tall boys. 175. We'll probably do more than 175 auctions because I do have some of the singles. I thought about listing the Wilt Chamberlain for tonight's auction, but I may save that for tomorrow night. Just part of the theme. I still have about a dozen slabs. So these are not part of the set break. These were in addition to what I bought. So Wilt Chamberlain PSA 5, Jerry West in a PSA 6, Elgin Baylor is a PSA 7, and then a bunch of commons. Mike Davis in a PSA 7, Don Kogis in a PSA 7. Come on. Clyde Lee. Clyde Lee's also a PSA 7. Bob Quick in a PSA 7. Flynn Robinson in a PSA 7. Now, that's a 70s basketball name. Flynn Robinson. That's a 70s basketball name. Tom Masheri in a PSA 7. Look at that stash. That's a 70s stash. And Bernie Williams, not the baseball player. Bernie Williams, PSA 7. So, and there's one. Len Chappell. Ooh, Len Chappell got a PSA 8. How about that? So, those I'll probably add to the set break. So those are duplicates. Those are duplicates from the set we'll actually run. So we might run 185 auctions. That's tomorrow night. PSA or 1970 Topps Tall Boy set break. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Central. Tonight, singles night with some bangers. Timothy is here. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans. What else is going on? Eagles beat the Packers last night. That was good. So here, Unicorn Cupcake, you can actually, I think you can flip. You can flip the screens. I think you have that. So I'm broadcasting in both vertical and horizontal. So you can actually change the orientation of the. So I think if you're on your phone, it's probably set to vertical. If you're on your computer, it's horizontal. I don't know. This is day one of StreamYard doing that. It's like Mars has arrived. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, probably something I have to pay for. No. And it's like, what orientation? I couldn't just click go live. I had to choose an orientation. So you can choose vertical, you can choose horizontal, or you can do both. So I'm actually broadcasting in both horizontal and vertical. So somehow it's on you to change it. On desktop, I'm on a desktop. I don't know about you. On desktop, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You can change it somehow. Let's see. No big deal, just different. Yeah, I think you have the ability to change it. I don't know how, but you do have the ability to change it. So that's what I had. That's all I had for today. Merle says, you were vertical on my TV, but horizontal on my computer. I thought I was losing my mind. Yeah, I don't know how it chooses. What is this? There's a couple different things with StreamYard. So Unicorn Cupcake said so with this comment on my StreamYard, there's a little question mark on the side, but I can't click on it. That's weird. Show comments on stage. Oh, that's cool. So this is all new to me. In real time. I don't even have to click. Let's see. Gem City says, I received a donation of about 10,000 cards for my giveaway packs to kids at the card show. It was wild. So much color and fun stuff for the kiddos. Nice. You're like a natural Rich Klein now, getting donations for the kids. Tiger727 says, I just clicked on the dots at the top of the screen and clicked view channel. Took me back to the normal view. I'm using my phone. There you go. So I'm going to go in to see what mine looks like. I'm on my phone, obviously. Oops. I'm not signed in. I forgot my password, so I'm not signed in on my phone. Here it is live. So I think it's normal on my phone. I don't know. Where do you see those three dots? Yeah, I'm on my phone. It looks normal on my phone. Where are we at? Let's see. Peter says, I was bidding on an item yesterday and put in $45 as my max, but I lost it because someone bid $45.96. Is that weird? No, that's not weird, because your max was $45. Their max was $45.96. So that's probably what happened. Bargain Boxer says, is this a short? Oh, wait, I'm so used to clicking. Dan's in the house. What's going on, Dan? Merle says, maybe 2026 will bring changes to Bo's YouTube live shows. I don't know if there's going to be any changes to my YouTube live shows, but the same old, to what you're getting now. I'm going to go live whenever the hell I feel like it. I'm going to go for as long as or as short as I want. I'm going to talk about random shit. So no changes to my show in 2026. Let's see. Gem City says, when do I get uncle status or doctor? Can I apply for Hobby Santa? Yeah, absolutely. Bargain Boxer says, who are veterans in the chat? I was in the Marine Corps from 81 to 88. Happy Veterans Day to the Bargain Boxer. Merle says, I still have a mail day today because I haven't opened yesterday's mail yet. Bonus. That's always funny. Found treasures. Marine Corps 99 to 04. Happy Veterans Day. Gem City says, Semper Fi Bargain Boxer. Thank you for your service. Tiger says, I was holding my phone vertical at the time. The dots lines menu was at the top right. Interesting. I did not see that. Semper Fi, says the Bargain Boxer. Merle says, speaking of Hobby Santa, any plans yet on for the Hobby Holidays Couch Christmas show? I probably won't do one. I don't think I'm going to do one this year because Saturday nights are like my prime eBay Live. Either I'm doing a show or eBay Live. So I don't know. I don't right now. I'm not planning on any Couch People Christmas party. It's kind of a pain for me. And I would rather somebody else do it so I can watch, because I don't like trying to like host the show, and it's just all kinds of randomness. So we'll probably skip it. I don't know, but I had like half the chat at the house. We had East Coast Tom here. Offbeat All Stars was here. My buddy Mark was here. So maybe I'll just rerun that. We'll just go. I can live stream it, and you can just watch what we're talking about. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. Mark says, nope, they used a sniping service. Found Treasure says, yut. Unicorn says, you have 2 streams going now. This version is normal. Really? That doesn't sound right. Let's see. I'm going to go to my channel. How do I go to my channel? Live. I only have one. Oh, I do have 2 showing up. I have the vertical stream and the horizontal. So I've got 28 people watching the horizontal stream, and I've got 4 people watching the vertical stream. I wonder if that's why StreamYard is doing it, because the like what Bargain Boxer says, the shorts, because I think shorts drive in more people, because I don't know, for whatever reason, I don't know, but maybe that's why there's more people watching than usual. Because I've got 33 in the room right now, which is more than what we've had recently. Where we at? Let's see. Max says, do senior and vet discounts stack? Gem City says, can we do another one on another channel possibly? Hey, if you want to host a Couch People Christmas party, I would gladly pass the reins on. Bargain Boxer says, Max, no, they don't. One or the other. Tiger says, I was in the Michigan Army National Guard for 8 years. Happy Veterans Day to all vets. Happy Veterans Day to you. Max says, good. Merle says, I can't believe that you are choosing to make millions of dollars, thousands of dollars on eBay Live instead of hanging out with a bunch of us bums and ripping some wax. Peter says, don't cross the streams. Gem City says, something odd is up. Call IT. Bargain Boxer says, I started today on the other stream. Max says, 4 still in bed on their phones. Probably. Gem City says, where's the diagonal stream? Speaking of crossing streams, thank you to all the Ghostbusters out there for your service. Christian, what's going on? First time in a while. Not prepared for the extreme close-up cam. So there's another stream apparently. So we're streaming both vertically and horizontally. So you can... and how come that chat didn't show up? This one didn't show up. I wonder if that didn't show up because it's on the other stream. So yeah, we got some new stuff, StreamYard. And I'm not paying for, well, I'm probably paying for it. They'll probably jack up my my subscription. Be like, oh my God, StreamYard's how much now? So yeah, had a good eBay live yesterday. Looking forward to a good one tonight. It's Singles Day. They will all be diagonal streams if he tilts his camera. There you go. So we're gonna start at 7. I haven't decided if I'm gonna load up on good stuff and do a shorter stream, or if I'm just gonna try to. I think what my plan is, I'm gonna kind of intertwine. That seems to drive the most revenue. Is because there's a lot of people in the room waiting for banger. If I run all the bangers at the beginning, then everybody leaves. But if you run some like random stuff in the middle, tends to go for a little higher than what it normally would. So we'll do that. What do I have any? Yeah, I've got some of those slabs left. So I've got to really clean up my shit in here. So there's some more fallout from the Showgate podcast, from Dr. Beckett's podcast with Patrick Ryan about a week ago. So Patrick Ryan and I took screenshots because it was his story, and stories disappear on Instagram. So P Ryan Collection on Instagram had some interesting comments. So it was multiple posts. I don't know if it's still up or not, but his initial. This is from the P. Ryan Collection on Instagram. He says, I'm sorry for not defending my stance that I'm okay with my items going below market at auction. Dr. Beckett said I was wrong for being okay with, quote, bad comps. I'd like to restate, I think it's okay for auctions to underperform. Ultimately, if you send 10 items to auction, 3 will do worse than expected. 3 will do better than what you expect. 3 will do better. Or 3 will do what you expect. 3 will do better. And 1 will be a wild card. It all works out. I do agree with that. Oh, that was not the first. I think that was, anyway. So that was one of the comments on his thread. Another one says, I am sorry for bidding carelessly in many auctions. As a collector, one should be very deliberate in their approach to buying. It's wrong to not be more careful. This is from the P. Ryan Collection on Instagram, his stories. In another post, he says, I am sorry for going on Dr. Beckett's podcast. While I knew I was being recorded, I didn't consent to it being released until after the discussion. That's an interesting comment he makes, because we've also seen a couple videos released about this on YouTube that have been taken down. And it's like, ooh, I think there may have been possibly some cease and desists sent out. And now with this, interesting. Next one says, I allowed it to be released because I felt it was an important topic, but I made some mistakes. I'm sorry for not confronting him when he admitted to bidding on friends' cards. That is not appropriate, and I should have made it clear. Next one says, I will be taking a break from hobby-related content. On Saturday, my best friend's father was buried, and my mom was in a car wreck that required a 2-day stay in the hospital. Where have I heard stories like that before? Not looking for sympathy here, but you are. Now I'm editorializing. Just reminding folks that you never know what's going on with someone. Now he's trying to play the victim card. And Unicorn Cupcake, 100%. This guy's a slime ball. And a reminder that pictures of men on cardboard aren't that important. So now he's downplaying the hobby, the industry, whatever you call it. Now he's this comment he makes is the slimiest of the comments. I'm just gonna. This is again my own opinion. I'm editorializing his comments here. So I want to break down this particular post that he makes. This is the P. Ryan Collection. This is his own words on Instagram. He says, I quote, I will be taking a break from hobby-related content. Here's my thoughts. You are a slime ball. You fucked up. You admitted to shill bidding, and now you want to go hide. That's how I interpret that first sentence. All right, moving on. He says, quote, on Saturday, my best friend's father was buried and my mom was in a car wreck that required a 2-day stay in the hospital. Come on. Now you're just looking for sympathy and you're trying to play the victim in all this. Oh, everybody's beating me up and I've got all this stuff going on. Are you trying to rationalize your actions because you're going through some personal, like, what? This stuff has nothing to do with you going on a podcast a week before all this stuff happened. He follows that up with not looking for sympathy here, just reminding folks that you never know what's going on with someone. Fuck, come on. All right, moving on. He says, quote, and a reminder that pictures of men on cardboard aren't that important. Well, they certainly are pretty important to you. They're important to me. And yes, I realize they are pictures of men on cardboard. It's also how I pay the bills and make a living. So this guy is a fucking scumball. Scumbag, slime ball. All right, so his next one of the other posts says, I will also continue to defend myself when Dr. Beckett's quotes are attributed to me. All right, so I do want to break this one down. Because Beckett did kind of fuck him. Beckett did kind of fuck P. Ryan, because I went back after I read this, I went back and I saw in the comment section on Dr. Beckett's podcast, and it was like the 6:58 minute mark or something. It's in the comments. There's a timestamp. And I'm like, okay, I want to go back and listen to this again, because P. Ryan says, I want to defend myself when Dr. Beckett's quotes are attributed to me. So I wanted to go back and see, okay, what is this? Is this right? So the editing, Beckett's editing sucks. And the editing really fucked him, because he said, and I couldn't quite understand because it was chopped. The editing chopped it up. And so you couldn't quite hear what P. Ryan was starting to say, but it sounded like he said, my friends have told me, or people have told me, but it got cut off to where it sounded like P. Ryan made that comment about bidding up friends' auctions. What was the whole comment? But he actually didn't admit to that. He said people had told him that. So that's the one, I think that's about the one thing I will defend him on, that he did kind of get fucked in the editing process. So he says, I will also continue to defend myself when Dr. Beckett's quotes are attributed to me. I was wrong for not speaking up when he said he bid on friends' cards, but I never said I was okay with that or did that. But by not condemning him, I implied that I agreed with him. I do not. I am sorry for not making that more clear. Another post, I am sorry for not defending my stance that I'm okay with items going below market at auction. Dr. Beckett said I was wrong for being okay with bad comps. I'd like to restate, I think it's okay for auctions to underperform. Ultimately, if you send 10 items to auction, 3 will do worse than you expect, 3 will do what you expect, 3 will do better, and 1 will be a wild card. It all works out. So, and then there were a couple others. Those were kind of the highlights or lowlights. And you can find those. I don't know if they're still up on his Instagram. It was a story, so I knew they would be taken down, so I wanted to screenshot them. Let's see. P. Ryan. See if his stories. I think. So he's got news stories up, and it looks like it's text messages like, yeah. So those are now. Oh, wait. Oh, they are still up. I am sorry for bidding on a card I was selling. It's wrong to do that. That's how it all started out. So you can see it, the P. Ryan collection on Instagram. So you can see his whole stories. There's a whole bunch of posts like that. I took 4 or 5 out that I found most interesting. All right. I want to go back up to the chat here. Timothy says, what about the Jackie? I am not running the Jackie tonight. I'm going to wait for the Jackie. I'm not sure when I'm going to run that. I'm not sure. I thought about maybe I'll run that Jackie Robinson day, but that's in April. So I'm going to run it before then. So I will run it. It'll probably be featured in an upcoming auction this month. I saved, so I'm not going to run that. I'm not going to run the Gretzky auto tonight or the Gretzky rookie tonight. I'm not going to run the Luka rookie tonight. So basically those three, I'm going to hold back for an upcoming auction. The Clemens and Mattingly, I still get the Bear. I got some other stuff, the non-graded stuff that I may run tonight. But I'm going to hold back the Gretzky rookie, the Jackie, and what was the other one? Maybe the Luka for an upcoming show. So probably still this month, though. I'll probably still get those in the November show. So we'll see. TD says, good morning, all you Justin Fields collectors. Unicorn says his example was losing $70 on a Sosa card. I bet he feels different when it's $20,000. Did Dr. Beckett delete that podcast? It was still up as of yesterday afternoon. But there were Neo took his down, and I think Sports Card Dad, I think, had his taken down or took his down. Unicorn says, this guy is a fucking slime ball. I agree. Found Treasure says, I just bid what I'm willing to pay and let it ride. That's what I do. And a lot of people laugh at me for doing that. They're like, oh, you need to use a sniper. No, I just bid. It's like, this is what I'm going to pay. If I lose, I lose. If I win, awesome. Carrie says, Neo posted a video today saying that he was contacted by a, quote, legal representative. I knew there was something that was going to be coming out because Neo's video was taken down. Sports Card Dad's video was taken down. It may have been others, but I know those two were for sure. Merle says podcast was a couple people verifying they break eBay's terms of services. 99-cent sports card. What's going on? Send him you hobby slime Castaway Island. Timothy says podcast is still up on YouTube. Max says, sorry about the fan, but nobody cares. Take your ball and go home, little guy. I agree. Shark Tank sympathy play. Cody says, is he also an owner of a backyard? Same scum pond. Didn't consent. Get fucked, bro. You're on a podcast and it wasn't set up like a, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, you knew this was going to be when you go on podcast. In fact, when you're a journalist, like you don't like whatever, you don't give your, I'm going to interview Max on his Pokemon collection. It is not like, I'm not going to send Max the article before it goes to print. Like that's just how journalism works. And podcasting. I know podcasting isn't really, in this case, YouTube podcasts and that, but yeah, you don't send. In fact, I did. So a little conflict of interest here that I'll admit to. I moonlit at a newspaper. I got thrown into I wasn't the editor, but I had to do the editor things because our editor quit and they didn't hire a new one. We had like an interim editor, and he was like an old school. He was a prick. I can't even remember his name, but he came in and he was just an asshole. And he was like an old school journalist. And I wrote a story about, I don't know if it was like the university athletics budget or something. And I sent it to the athletic director to look at before it went to print because I didn't want to make a mistake in print. And the asshole editor in charge, he's like, you what? And I'm like, yeah, like I don't want to you don't do that. And I'm like, well, what if I made a mistake? You don't make mistakes. And I'm like, okay. How about I'm just going to go back to I'm going to go back and you can handle all this bullshit work and I'm done. So I can't remember if I went to the publisher and I don't think I did. I think I just took his punishment for a week or whatever it was. It wasn't that long. It's like, but yeah, so you don't when you're on a podcast, it's like, oh, let me hear the final product. Now I have been on podcasts where they're like, I'll let you live. I'm like, no, I don't care. Like I know what I'm saying. And like, I understand, like when you accept the invitation to come on a podcast or an interview, it's not like, it's not like Max says, a phone call. Like this is going to be for public consumption. 99-cent sports card says, all of this happened before the car wreck. It has nothing to do with show bidding. Exactly. Like his fuck ups happened before his family problems. And yes, that does suck, but it shouldn't even be brought up in this discussion. Max says, a little peeling back at the curtain to see how the top 1% of the hobby behaves. 10X, baby. This is how you do it. Found Treasure says, $100 bills are just a picture of a dead guy on paper. That is very true. But P. Ryan is a nice guy. Mark says, I actually met P. Ryan about a year ago, spoke with him for a few after an auction where he purchased the 1948 Leaf Jackie PSA 8. Unicorn Cupcake says, nice guy, says Unicorn Cupcake, or question mark. Mark says, also, this is where he had Tom Brady sign the first part. Oh, yeah. Shane, what's going on? SCR going live tonight. That should be interesting. Ooh, indeed. Unfortunately, I'll be on eBay live, but I'll watch the playback tomorrow. Mark says this is also where he had Brady sign the famous Ruth Auto. Mark says he was very intense guy and all over the board as we spoke. Timothy says, does the silence from Dr. Beckett mean anything? No clarification video or anything. I am disappointed that there has been no follow-up. And in Junk Wax Hero's conversation with John Keating about this issue that was aired, I think it was released on Friday, Junk Wax Hero said, and this is what Junk Wax Hero said on his podcast, said that he reached out to Dr. Beckett, who declined to talk, and said he was going to be on Hobby Hotline later this month in, like, I don't know what the date was, but I think it's still a couple weeks away. And if anybody wants to talk about it, then he'll address it. Well, he knows in 2 weeks, there's going to be a bigger story with the way the hobby develops news and drama. There's going to be something in the next 2 weeks that we've almost forgot about it now. And it's been less than a week. So it is disappointing that he's not just coming out and saying anything about it, because silence is deafening. So I am highly disappointed I'm really disappointed in his comments and having this guy on to talk about it in the first place. But even more so, like, the conversation those two had within that podcast was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then just to not come out and say anything and try to blow it under the rug. Not good. Not good. Unicorn says, do you think he should release the full tape? Says Timothy Little, or to Timothy Little. The break says he's so rich he don't give a fuck. As I drink my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Hey, that's my favorite. If I drink coffee, although I abstained from coffee this weekend. Or did I? Did I have coffee? I did have coffee on Saturday, I guess. I did have real coffee, not my mushroom coffee. I'm going to go drink my mushroom coffee. So yeah. So once again, tonight, eBay Live, it's Singles Day, 11/11. There's going to be some good stuff, not just on my channel, but I encourage you at 7 p.m. to tune into my channel. You can watch other channels at other times, but once 7 o'clock hits, I want you to be in my stream. So there's going to be some good stuff today and tonight on Singles Day on eBay Live. So make sure to check that out. 1millioncubs.com with the number 1 is my eBay Live homepage. That'll show you the upcoming schedule. Right now, I've only scheduled tonight, tomorrow night, and then our wrestling night at the end of the month. I'm still, once I get through tonight and tomorrow night, I've got to kind of figure out where I'm at, because now I have yesterday's orders to ship as well. So probably definitely no daytime stream today. Probably not a daytime stream tomorrow. In fact, I may go to Bonsai, the card shop, and because I'm in need of some singles. So I may go do some purchasing tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night is our 70 set break. Thursday, I'm not sure what Thursday will bring. Friday, I may do like a Friday afternoon, may do a daytime stream on Friday. Nothing on Friday night. And then I'm still figuring out if I'm going to go to a card show on Saturday or not. We'll see what I do. It kind of depends on what I do Wednesday at the card shop. But I kind of wanted to go to that Pewaukee show on Saturday. My alma mater is in the playoffs. They have a 1 o'clock game. So maybe I'll go first thing in the morning Saturday to the card show so I can be back by 1 o'clock so I can have that football game on. And then I'll probably go live Saturday night. And then again for Sunday night singles. So that's kind of tentative schedule right now for the rest of the week. I really want to push. I'm already seeing a lot of increased numbers on the eBay live streams. There were like 250 viewers last night. Normally there's been like 150 on a Monday night. So that's promising. And so yeah. Timothy says, nah, I've heard all I needed to hear from Dr. Beckett. Timothy says, playoffs. So my alma mater came back, and I tuned into a little bit. I think we were in the cab. Where were we? We were in the cab. I think we were on the cab. Were we in the cab going to the wedding? No, that couldn't be. I don't know. I was watching the game somewhere. On my phone, and they were down. I think they were down. I can't remember what it was, 18-6 or something. I'm like, oh man, they're going to lose. And it was kind of like one of those trap games. They played Deer Creek Mackinac on the road. But they, I think they probably played better competition. That's what I've been concerned about with my alma mater was they really didn't play any decent competition. It reminded me of like the 90s when they were a quote powerhouse. A friend of mine and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago where, we always thought growing up, it's like, oh man, Anawan, they're awesome. They're a state powerhouse. And we weren't. We were a powerhouse, but we were just men amongst boys because we played shitty schools all season and we would go 8-1, 9-0 every year. And then we'd get to the playoffs and sometimes some years it was, and we made a semifinal run in like 91, I think. We made the quarters the year before. We made a Final Four run in like 88, 86 and 88. So 86 to like 91, we made deep runs in the postseason. But then there were some years where we were ousted in the second round. And so I thought like, ooh, that second round, that was the first round we won easily against a team we smoked in our conference. But the second round matchup, Deer Creek Mackinac, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be tough. They might get us. Thought they were. Came back and won, I think, 33-26. So now we play like the number one team in the state. And they're like freaking heads and shoulders above everyone. Lena Winslow. And so that's a home game for, although they don't play in Anawan, they play in Kewanee at Weathersfield High School. So it'll be interesting. It's going to be one of those where it's probably, if I leave the show early or something, I'm going to come home and watch the game. It's like, and turn it off by halftime because it's like 40-0 or something. So hopefully that's not the case. And they surprise, but if they surprise and like win or make it a close game, I'm like, damn it, I wish I would have went to the game, not watched it back home. Found Treasure says, what happens when a shill bidder wins an auction? If it's the actual seller or friend, they still pay taxes and fees. Yeah, I would assume so. I would assume so, especially in an auction house because your payment's already on file. So, but it's still a shill. So that's what I had for today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. eBay Live tonight, 7 Central. Really good stuff. Again, I've got the Pete Alonso Gold Auto. These are all going to be auctioned tonight. Joe Montana Rookie. Anthony Rizzo Diamond Icons Auto out of 10. Clayton Kershaw 2006 Bowman Sterling Auto in a PSA 8. Caleb Williams Green Ice Prism Rookie in a PSA 10. Victor Wembanyama Mosaic Rookie, that's a PSA 8. And a Mickey Mantle 61 Topps MVP PSA 3. So all of that tonight for Singles Day on eBay Live, 7 o'clock Central. Link in the description. So have a wonderful day. It's coffee time. We'll do this again tomorrow. See you then.